Yo, my people, them, and we are live. We are live. Man's got 3 views already. Appreciate that, my people. Appreciate that, Stilly. We've got some. Now we got 4 viewers as well. Love for that. It's just a Q&A live stream, everyone. Feel free to ask some questions. Man's already got 2. He's already got 2 questions. Man said your thoughts on Joao Felix. So my thoughts on Joao Felix. He is a player that at this point in time, any good player coming to Chelsea is good. He is a technically gifted player, something that we don't necessarily really have. Like, we have a lot of players that can play his position, but nonetheless, overall, the team needs a spark at this point in time. The attack has been dreadful all season, and we've had these problems for the last 18 to 24 months. So right about now, getting Joao Felix, that'll be a good move. And it's basically nearly confirmed. He's due to have his medical at some point. But at some point, either today or tomorrow. But nonetheless, by the end of this week, he will be a Chelsea player. 6-month loan deal. Not much can go wrong. I'll be honest. Like, we're already doing bad, and even though we can do more bad, I don't think that with a player like him we will be, especially because we are 10th at this point in time. The team just don't have the spark or the hunger in them, not enough of them. And on top of that, our injuries. Yeah, he's very needed at this point in time. And when we have our players back, he can just add to it as well. And for me, the biggest thing that we have to think about right now is trying to win the Champions League. And I feel like the fact that we have 5 subs as well we can use, whether that's in the Premier League or in the Champions League, having guys that are quality coming off the bench as well as starting will give us more chances of not only finishing higher in the table, but if we're going to be honest, gives us a better chance of winning the Champions League. So for me, yeah, man, I just need to we need to see where we're going. Really, we have to see where we're going. Joao Felix, I'm happy with it. He can stop Kai Havertz playing regularly as well, because Kai Havertz has been absolutely dog poo. Like, he has been so dry, so dead. And for me, yeah, man, we need to get Joao Felix, and we have got him. So I just hope we can maybe have more. I just hope that maybe we can have more signings as well. Apparently, we're meant to get more signings this month as well, not just Joao Felix. So let's see what happens. But yeah, that's my thoughts on Joao Felix. And who would I keep or sell? Appreciate that question, Drew. And who would I keep or sell at this point in time at Chelsea? Let's go through the keepers. So Marcus Bettinelli, might as well just keep him. He's a backup. Slonina, keep, obviously. Kepa, I've been saying for a long time, he's been playing well this whole season so far, but I would still Kepa. Edouard Mendy, I do believe Mendy can be our number 1 and win a Premier League, so I'm going to keep Edouard Mendy. Right back, let's go on. Right back. Aspilicueta, we should definitely sell. Don't think twice about it. We have to sell Aspilicueta this summer. We have to. That's easy. And Reece James, that's a no-brainer. We have to keep him. The best player in this team, most likely, other than Thiago Silva. So we have to keep him. That's the right-back options at this point in time that I know of. So centre-backs, let's start with Trevor Chalobah. We should definitely keep Trevor Chalobah. Wesley Fofana. We should definitely keep Wesley Fofana. Kalidou Koulibaly. I'll be real. We might as well. I don't want to be too harsh, I don't even want to be too harsh on him. If man's going to be real, he hasn't been playing well the majority of the season. right about now, I'm gonna say based on the format that I would sell him because he's not adding too much to our team. He can't hold the line, like we can't marshal the defense the same way Thiago Silva can. And Thiago Silva's 38, Koulibaly's 31, 32. At the time, we might have thought that he's the best replacement for Antonio Rudiger. But if we're going to be honest, he's completely levels below what Antonio Rudiger was for us. So I'd sell Koulibaly. Badia Shaw, keep Badia Shaw. He hasn't even played many games like that. He hasn't even started a match. So we're going to keep Badia Shaw as he's a new signing as well. Then we have Thiago Silva. Keep Thiago Silva. We have to. We have to. Like just for one more year. Next season will probably be the last season we keep him, but we have to keep him for at least one more season, in my opinion. We have to. And then you have and then you have who else do we have here in centre backs? We got Thiago Silva, Trevor Chalobah, Wesley Fofana, Koulibaly, Badia Shaw, and that's it to my knowledge that we know of. So centre back. So yeah, that's the centre back options that we have. Unless Humphreys is centre back, but I thought he would actually. I think Humphreys is centre back. Unless centre back or right back, he should be kept. Young talent. So now we're gonna move on to left backs. And now Ben Chilwell, player we should definitely keep. We should definitely keep Ben Chilwell. 1000%. He is a player that is the left back. And if he wasn't injury prone, I don't even know if he would have signed Cucurella. I would like to think not, but we don't know in that respect. So for me, I would say that we definitely have to keep Ben Chilwell. Then we have Mark Cucurella, who, in my opinion, we should definitely sell. How in the world did we pay 60 odd million for this guy? I want him gone. He needs to be gone. He needs to be gone. He needs to be gone still. I'll be so honest with you. Cucurella, that's just dry, fam. That's just dry, man. So yeah, that's just the left back options. Lewis Hall, he's not a left back, but he plays there and he plays better than plays better than Mark Cucurella there. So yeah, man, that should tell you to know. But then yeah, so that's the left back options. Centre midfield, we got guys like Carney Shakuri Meko, who's a young talent who we should definitely keep, one for the future, one that will definitely be, well, at least 7 years, in my opinion, unless things in not in his favour. Because now any Chelsea fan would love to see him start, not even just, not even job. So Carney, want him to stay, obviously. Zakaria, Dennis Zakaria, a person who for me definitely has to stay. Has to stay. We have a 24, 25 million option to buy him from Juventus, and we should definitely take that. Definitely take that. You got a man that's physical, can dribble with the ball, is not scared to go past players, has technical ability. I need more of these players in man's team. So for me, Dennis Zakaria should definitely play. He should definitely play and should definitely stay. So I hope we can keep him still. I hope we can. Nonetheless, though, and then we have who? Mateo Kovacic. We should definitely keep him. We should keep. Um, Obviously, so far this season, majority of the time he hasn't been playing. To his A1, he's been injured, but we can always rely on him in the big games most of the time. So we should definitely keep him. Then we have Conor Gallagher, someone who right about now I would say we should definitely sell. We should definitely sell him. So yeah, man, Conor Gallagher should definitely go. Mason Mount, obviously he's gonna stay. I would say we just keep him because we know he's a great player. He had a great season last season. And other than that, other than this season, you can't really say he's been playing poorly for the majority of the season, other than this. So I'm gonna give it down to Mason that this is fourth year at Chelsea. And it's just one of those seasons where he's just not having a great season performance wise. So we should definitely keep him. And then we have Jorginho, who we should definitely sell. we should get the money and send him to Italy at this point in time because we're changing the game that we're playing in terms of we're not playing with the two-man midfield and we need a DM. The same problem we had under Maurizio Sarri, that Jorginho in the defensive midfield, if we don't have the ball, he's finished. He's finished. He can't outweigh man. He can maybe make a tackle or so, but realistically off the ball, he just ain't it. He's too weak, too fragile. We need other guys with a more physical frame, can hold the ball up a lot more. So for me, yeah, Jorginho, I would sell him. N'Golo Kante, I'm not even gonna cap. We should definitely keep him. I'll keep him. Not just the fact that obviously people will say that he's past his best. He didn't have a great season last season, but the season before that, he was outstanding and was the best midfielder in the world. So for me, we should definitely keep him, sign him up to a new contract because I don't want to see him go to another team and him do well. I'll be real to you, and that's something that can definitely happen. Just because he's been getting injuries and that, yep, he's more injury prone than ever. But still, if you had him for 20 games, he'd be. If you had him just for 20 games that you could start him in, and you could play all those 20 matches, he'd be better than most people that you have in your club. So yeah, we should definitely keep him. And then so we've gone through Carney, Zakaria, Jorginho, Kovacic, Mount, Gallagher, and Kante. We also got Casadillo, Casade, who we're gonna keep obviously. Lewis Hall, who we're definitely gonna keep. Ruben Loftus-Cheek. This is someone that should get sold because as good as he is, um, like he just isn't the player that we need in the team that will take us to the next level. He's been here for so long and he just can't seem to be a starter for us. And if we ain't got starters, if we ain't got a guy that can be a star consistently and elevate this midfield, then he should just leave. In my opinion, we should sell Ruben Loftus-Cheek. He is a Chelsea bred and born, but yeah, man, it's time for him to move on. We have to be real. We need to definitely change up this midfield. So for me, from the midfield, we should definitely sell. I would say we should definitely sell Conor Gallagher. We should sell Jorginho, and I wouldn't sell Kovacic or Kante. So yeah, those guys we should sell, and then we have our attackers now, like our winger options. So we have Christian Pulisic. This is my guy, you know. This is my guy, Christian Pulisic. You know, that is my bro. I'm gonna be so real. He needs to he needs I'm gonna say just a bias thing. I think he needs to stay. I won't be very mad if he leaves, but I'll keep him. I feel like he's a player worth keeping. I believe in him and hopefully he can come good eventually. But yeah, I'm gonna keep Christian Pulisic. That's my guy, and I'd love to keep him still. And then we have Raheem Sterling, who we should definitely keep. Facts. Been our best attacker this season. It's not like he has to do much to be the best, but yeah, he's been our best attacker. And maybe with other great players around him, when the summer transfer window comes and that, then we will be better. So for me, we should definitely keep Raheem Sterling. I would say keep Pulisic. Um, Amari Hutchinson, he's definitely going to be kept. We recently bought him this previous summer, so he's going to stay. Then we also have what's his name? Hakim Ziyech, who should leave. He's the best player in the team. Yes, he is, but he's too injury prone, too inconsistent, and there's too many games where you will feel like he just doesn't try hard enough. So for me, Hakim Ziyech definitely needs to leave. Definitely needs to leave. So yeah, man. And then our other wingers that we don't necessarily have that many wingers. We got guys that can play there, but yeah, next we're gonna move to we're gonna move on to Kai Havertz. And Kai Havertz, for me, we should sell him. Sell him. Bayern Munich coming for a bid for this guy because please, bro. Too many seasons now. Too many seasons where you're just average. And what makes things worse is that you're a player that took someone like Lukaku's position last season, which goes to show how poor that guy is. For him to allow someone that's not even a striker to take his position. For me, he Havertz, too many times you just show nothing. And for me, is the patience have nearly just basically just run out. So for me, therefore, he needs to leave. I'm not on it no more. I'm not on it no more. We're gonna get other guys like Nkunku as well, who can do what Havertz does and be better than what Havertz does. So Havertz need to quit. Quit. So yeah, man. Then we have our attackers, like our strikers. Aubameyang, get sold, please. Definitely get sold. I mean, like Thomas Tuchel. If Thomas Tuchel weren't here, I don't think we'd have bought him, 1,000%, because he doesn't do too much. He started off a little bit well, but overall, we see why Arsenal, Mikel Arteta was so ruthless to take him out, because not only was he not doing anything, it's just his passion for the game just don't seem to be there. I mean, that was for Arsenal or for Chelsea. You don't show too much. Games against Arsenal and the game against Man City on Thursday, utter poor performance. There are so many times that can give you like a 4 or 3 for a player rating. So for me, he should definitely leave. I'll be real, he should definitely leave. We have Dacho Fofana as well. Dacho Fofana, I'm going to say that he needs to stay, obviously. Give him more time, give him a chance in the team. Definitely. So yeah, man. I didn't even see this. Oh shit. I didn't even see these messages. Hold on. Man said, you mean the right back, that Poro brother? Hold on. I didn't even know. But yeah, that's what Farnham should definitely keep, and that's obviously all the players, isn't it? But no, definitely Loftus Cheek and Gago should definitely leave, 1,000%. I would definitely say that what's his name? I'm not Christian Pulisic needs to stay, fam. I was so Aubameyang, Pulisic, Ziyech, and Jorginho, and Ruben Loftus-Cheek, and Gallagher, and SP, and Kepa, and Mendy, and Koulibaly in the summer. I would take. I'm gonna be real. Pulisic, he's a player that can definitely leave, but I would want him to stay because I believe in him, innit? That's just my guy, innit? I'm loyal to the end, innit? So yeah, man. But other than that, like Loftus Cheek, Conor Gallagher, Kepa Arrizabalaga, Koulibaly, Aspilicueta, Aubameyang, Havertz. I'm selling all them. Hakim Ziyech, I'm selling them, 1,000%. Pulisic, if he got sold, I wouldn't be mad angry because I could understand, but I'm gonna call him. I'm gonna say that, innit? Can't say you want to get rid of other guys for injuries, but I didn't say I want to get rid of other guys because they're injured. I never said that. I don't know what you heard. I didn't say I want to get rid of guys because they're injured. I didn't say that. I don't know. I don't know what you was. I don't know what you heard. Still, I didn't say that. Oh, he says Ziyech is too injury prone. Yeah, but he's more injury prone than Pulisic. Like this season, therefore, and like Pulisic at least can have a clear run of games that's better than Hakim Ziyech. Pulisic has been better than Ziyech at their time at Chelsea. More so, you could even say that he's been better than Kai Havertz. Like, so at the end of the day, it's not basically the same thing. Because I'm calling out more things. And I did say that there's a bias because Pulisic is my guy, fam. That's just the thing. Pulisic is my guy. I don't care, bro. You see what you do for his countries and that, fam. You think who will get Ozil, bro? I'll be real. I'll be real to you. I don't know if we're gonna get Enzo. I'll be real with you. I don't know. I hope we do, but I'm really not sure if we will. It's kind of taking the place because what's his name? My man, who's Roy Costa, ain't trying to let him go. Benfica are adamant, but I hope we do. Still, I hope we do. Apparently, they're trying to add Ziyech in the deal. That's I'm not gonna lie to you. And unless Fabrizio Romano reports it, all them transfer news, it don't really mean much. At one point, we were saying, "Yep, we're in advanced talks. We're gonna pay the release clause." Fabrizio Romano came out and said that, "Yep, we have never been considered to pay the release clause. We was never going to do that." So all these other news that these guys want to do, if it's not David Ornstein, that's the only other person I would say other than Fabrizio Romano. Other than that, all them other guys are gonna say about all these deals, they're not reliable for me. They're not reliable. They're just gonna say things just to make people think, and that makes their page and that do better. Then that's not real. That's not real for me. Now, Shakri Mecca definitely deserves more chances. That's 1,000%. That's 1,000%. I don't even understand why Paul didn't even play him or and Zakaria against Man City on Monday. But that's what happens, fam. I mean, real, it's just unfortunate still. Paul needs to pattern up, play the players that play good for the badge. 1,000%. Boy, I hope so. I would hope that Chukri Maka starts on Thursday. I'd be so honest. I hope so. Because if we're gonna be honest, we need him. And Zakaria is a person that has to 1,000% start. He has to. Zakaria definitely has to start. A man said the season is right off for you, man. The only thing we have to look forward to is Champions League, man, and hopefully getting the luck of the draw. Cause if we have our full team beat Dortmund, then boy. And I said, what's your thoughts on Amari Hutchinson? Amari Hutchinson, he's a good player. Obviously, he played that game against Aston Villa where he was probably the best player on the pitch, and Aston Villa play like their proper Premier League side. He's good. The only thing I'd say to advise him on is that he definitely needs to hit gym because he's too small. He's too small. If man play against guys in the Premier League, he could probably get benched, but easily. But we have to wait and see. I want him to start. I know I don't necessarily. I want him to start against City on Monday as well. So, um, he's gonna have to take time. He's 18 years old, so he's gonna have a lot of time, hopefully, because Potter seems to be wanting to give a lot of youngsters chances. Because even though Zakaria and Chukwuemeka didn't even play, he gave Bashir Humphreys his first start, and no one expected that. And then also Lewis Hall started as well. So I'll be real, I'm very excited for the youngsters here. Kepa, SB, Silva, Badia, Shah, Cucurella, Zakaria, Kova, Chukwuemeka, Fofana, and Mount. I would say Kepa, right back, Trevor Chalobah, Thiago Silva, Badia Shah, Lewis Hall, Zakaria, Kova, Chukwuemeka, Fofana, Mount, and Ziyech. That's what would be my 11. I'll be honest. I'm not playing SP. I'm not playing Cucurella. And yeah. And also, that's not even 11 man you put out. That was 10. 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, I was 10. So, yeah, man. We need to just pattern up, fam. Honestly, at this point in time, we start giving the youth some time. We need to give youth some time. Give the youth some time still, and have to hope because there was reports that Chelsea said a couple of weeks ago that Ben Shaw after the Fulham game could be introduced. So hopefully we can have him back next week. And Joao Felix, yeah, no, Joao Felix will definitely start. And but he ain't gonna be here in time for the game against Fulham on Thursday. So Nah, he'll probably play in the game after. I think we play Crystal Palace on the weekend or next week, but he ain't gonna be here in time for the Crystal Palace. I mean, for the Fulham game, which is on Thursday, in my opinion. I doubt that very much. I doubt it very much. He probably would have only had one training session as well, so it just depends on what we think, innit? And then he was like, "What's your thoughts on Potter?" Graham Potter, I'll be real with you. You know how in the last game that we was playing a little bit of a high line. I feel like you're trying to take a little bit of a risk because due to the fact that I'm going under the impression that the 11 he put out in the FA Cup was due to the fact that we didn't start Zachary, we didn't start Chukwuemeka, guys that had a great game against guys that had a great game against Man City on obviously I see the press conferences and that, but he's just very calm. He doesn't seem too unbothered in that, but he doesn't seem to have any pressure, and that's something that I like at this point in time. You can't be allowing a man to be saying the wrong things. For me, he doesn't say the wrong things. He says the things that have to be said, and you can't say anything other than that. Come on, bro. He don't. That's what I'm trying to say. He says that, oh, I feel pissed off, but he doesn't look pissed off. You can't tell me that through anything. You really see him feeling very pissed off. I don't. I don't get that impression. I don't get that still. I don't get that impression still. But nonetheless, yeah, you have to give him time. He's gonna need time to build this team. We have players that were here under Conte, players that were here under Maurizio Sarri, Lampard, Tuchel. Only right now in January, he's only 10 days into his first ever like kind of window. So for me, he's gonna need time. He can rebuild us, but we're gonna have to go through some pain. We're gonna have to, fam. We're gonna have to be real. Any man that wants to win the Premier League, you can't have a manager that comes in for one season and expect them to do the most. You can't. Those times are done and dusted. Those are the past. Those are the past. Every manager ever since 2018 onwards has had to be a manager that's been at the team for at least 2 years or more to win the Premier League. So for me, they needed time to build the philosophy, get players out, and bring their players in. Potter needs to be given time. Sure, sometimes his tactics are not really ideal. He'll put us at risk, but nonetheless, this is a team that's been handed on to him, and this is not a team that's very good right now. So, and on top of that, the injuries. Well, this man still, and a lot of people want him gone, but I think it's because we ain't used to giving managers time, and that's correct. People do want him out, and it's because and on top of that, it's because we had a great manager like Thomas Tuchel. He got sacked. Not a lot of people agreed with it. I didn't agree with him getting sacked, but nonetheless, we are where we are. We can't pretend that this team wasn't doing very bad under Thomas Tuchel as well. You can't forget whether it was to the end of last season or whether it was the start of this season. We played very bad. And you said you think we will get any other attacker in the window. Hope so. I'm not 100% sure, but apparently we're looking to get João Felix is the winger, looking to get maybe one more attacker and a midfielder. That's what the board have said. So we have to hope and just pray. But links with Marcus Thuram, something that we might be able to get, but I'd rather get him in the summer when he's free. We've got Nkunku coming in the summer as well. For me, we're going to have to see where we're going because all these links, until Fabrizio Romano says who we're linked with, obviously we're linked with Thuram, we could potentially get him, but oh yeah, no, it's true. You said an attacker, midfielder, and right back. So then João Felix is the attacker. Midfielder, probably Enzo or someone else, and then the right back, like you said, that Poro brother. But I haven't seen Fabrizio say to us that we need. I haven't seen Fabrizio say that we're linked to get this right back. I'm waiting for these things. All these other guys I want to be throwing out, we're linked with them. They could just be chattings. The same way we all thought Enzo Fernandez would be a Chelsea player. By this time right now, by right now, we was thinking he'd be a Chelsea player. That's cap. And Fabrizio Romano showed us why. because we was never trying to pay that 105 mil. So yeah, man. But right now we just need to try and hope that we can sign some good guys. We got Joao Felix, he's coming, and yeah, man, midfielder, right back. I'm just praying. We got at least over 3 weeks left of the transfer window, or just under 3 weeks. So I have to see what happens. Bro, I think we rushed into signings in the summer, but we rushed into signings, but that's just due to the fact that someone like what's the name, Todd Bowley, like this was like his first transfer window. We literally sacked Marina Granovskaya. We didn't even sack, they left. Marina Granovskaya or Petr Cech, guys that were influential in our transfer dealings. They were influential in our transfer dealings, and they left. We was always not gonna have, like, I was thinking that maybe could have Barley, Sterling, all these guys, good signers and that. Cucurella was the one that threw me off 60 odd mil. We never should have paid that. But these are the mistakes that we make. It is what it is. Only few teams can ever make mistakes transfer wise and then still be able to bounce back. Regardless of how the season goes, next season we will bounce back. I am not under the impression that next season we're going to go through the same thing we're going through right now. That is not going to happen. So, with everything that's going on, we got Christopher Favell, we got Paul Winstanley, who has been handed more of the transfer bulk since Todd Bowley stepped down as sporting director. We're going to pattern up. And people need to be worried. We're going to get Liao and Guardiola and Rice in the summer. Fingers crossed, man. Fingers crossed. Liao, I would love him to come. Guardiola, would love them to come. Rice, would love him to come. But if we get a midfield, but we have to see what happens. All these things are just speculation. Rice is a person that definitely should be coming to Chelsea because he's been into us for so many years, and Chelsea is his boyhood club. He has unfinished business. So for me, therefore should come. Guardiola's gonna be techie because Real Madrid gonna be after him. They have to try to beat Real Madrid to get him. And Liao, he might sign a new contract. So hopefully, if he signs a new contract with AC Milan, there's like a release clause or something in there. But yeah, it's gonna be an expensive summer. This coming summer is gonna be an expensive summer. We're gonna need guys that can come and just transform this team. We already got Christopher Nkunku. And who do I want Potter to improve? Personally speaking, want him to improve every single player. I want every player that I've said that should stay. I want him to improve every single player. I'm not going to pick a favorite and say I want him to improve just this guy. He needs to improve everyone. Everyone. Look at someone like Brighton, like Trossard and all these men. Everyone in their team that was there, he developed and made them way better than what they was prior. So I need him to do the same work at Chelsea, especially with the young talent. All the guys are going to be here for 8 to 10 years, need to get developed. I'm not on no favoritism. Everyone needs to get developed. That needs to stay at this club. Everyone has to be developed. Everyone has different ceilings, of course, but everyone can improve and be better. So everyone that I said should stay at Chelsea, Potter should definitely try and improve. 1,000%. 1,000%. We hear today Potter wants some players gone, and we'll find out in the summer who he wants gone. He wants Havertz gone. He wants Aubameyang gone. He might want Koulibaly gone. He probably wants Azpilicueta gone. He probably wants Conor Gallagher gone. He probably wants Ziyech gone. Like, we have at least 8 players minimum. 8 players minimum that he would want to sell 1,000%. Because you see how he deals with guys, the way he brings them on or gives them a certain amount of time. People like Zakaria have earned his respect. Someone that he will play in the big games. Someone like Thiago Silva and these guys. These guys are undroppable. Undroppable. Zakaria, unless he just played too many games, he should not be on the bench. Because for me, midfield wise, he's even doing better than what Kovacic is doing right now. He's easily the number one midfielder that we have right now, based on form, in my opinion, at Chelsea. Um, Honestly, yeah, you can have to worry about anyone though. Anyone, any player can get injured anytime. So for me, Zachariah, he's strong. He's strong in that. So I'm gonna be real. So it might take him a lot. Might take a lot of physicality for him to get injured. So I have to see. Well, don't think it's not just Reece James and Thiago Silva, Kante as well. Ben Chilwell. You gotta look at these guys. These guys are fundamental, and even someone like Edouard Mendy. I know people don't necessarily rate Edouard Mendy right about now, saying Kepa's been doing better this season. I would say Kepa's been doing better than him this season. But let's not forget that Kepa is the reason why we had to go sign Edouard Mendy. Kepa is the reason why we could never win a Champions League with Kepa in goal. We could never. If he proves us wrong this season and we win a Champions League, then I will hold my hands up and say I was wrong. But for me, I don't think that's possible unless our defense is just A1. Ruben Loftus-Cheek hasn't been the same player when he got his first injury under Sorry. Yeah, no, because he was unfortunate. He was going to play a Europa League final against Arsenal, and he definitely would have started. He was playing a lot of games, especially in the Europa League that season, scoring goals as well. So for me, it's sad. It's sad, but it is what it is. These are just how life goes. People will get injured and not fulfill their true potential. So it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. These are the things we have to deal with. So, yeah, man. It is what it is. It is what it is. It is. But yeah, man. It's gonna be tight. It's gonna be so tight in Turkey. But this is how the game goes. We need to win. We need to win our next two games if we are serious in the top four battle. If we're gonna be honest, we have to win. Yeah, we have to win all of our next games throughout this month. We have to beat Fulham, beat Palace, beat Liverpool. We have to win the rest of our games if we're gonna be serious about top four. We have to especially beat the teams that are ahead of us, 1,000%. Every game is a must-win game in the Premier League. Every single game right now is a must-win game in the Premier League. There is no game that we can look at and say, oh yeah, we could afford to draw. No, every game is a must-win game. We have to. So this top four battle, is techie as it is very hard. And now you got a team like Newcastle who's been knocked out of the FA Cup. They only have to play one game a week. They are not in no other competition, bar the FA Cup. I mean, no way, bar the Carabao Cup. My fault. Other than the Carabao Cup, but yeah, man, it's peak. It's peak. I'll be honest. Right now, if you're gonna ask me a serious question, I don't think we will get. I don't feel right now we will get top four in the Premier League. The only way we can get Champions League football is if we win the Champions League. That's the only way. We have to win the Champions League to get European football. I mean, Champions League football next season. We have to. Other than that, I'd rather us finish like 10th or 11th, because then maybe can make a break for the Premier League title next season. That's all I could hope. All I could hope. But yeah, Newcastle and Tottenham will drop. Newcastle ain't dropping. I'm telling you that for free right now. Newcastle are not dropping. I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think they're dropping. I've been saying this whole season as well. Is Newcastle is a team that everyone needs to watch out for. Everyone needs to watch out for, because Eddie Howe, with a Bournemouth team, was a great manager. He could spank Chelsea 4-0 with a Bournemouth team. And we had Eden Hazard and all them man there. He's a great manager. Now you're giving them Newcastle, and they haven't even spent bare peas, They haven't even spent bare peas. And they're still doing hard. Imagine when they spend money. Imagine. I don't get people get top four. And we need to focus on. Now, 1,000%. You have to think of that. Do I think Dortmund will be tough? Personally, if we have a full team, like. I don't want to say, oh, it's a foregone conclusion, but we will be the favourites. At Stamford Bridge, we should definitely get the win. But when we go to their stadium, due to how their fans will be, how loud they are, the atmosphere, and based on how our players move under pressure, like it could be a stretch. But nonetheless, I'm still saying we're gonna beat Dortmund. We should advance because by then Kante will be back, Chua will be back, Reece James will be back. We'll have Joao Felix in the team. All of our players will be fit. Raheem Sterling. We could have signed other guys as well. So I think we should definitely beat Dortmund. It won't be an easy game, especially at their ground, but we should definitely go through. And then it's all about the Champions League draw for the quarterfinals, the semi-finals, and the final. Honestly, we've seen in games right now. Right now, the right now, my prediction for it is this is what I said. Because in the Champions League right now, there are obviously 16 teams remaining. And these are the ties. These are the ties, fam. These are the ties. If we draw the winners of AC Milan versus Tottenham in the quarterfinals, the winners of either Club Brugge or Benfica, the winners of Eintracht Frankfurt or Napoli, or the winners of Inter versus Porto, if we get any of these teams on our side, if we get all of these teams on our side, I'm going to call it. We are going to the Champions League final if we get that. We are going to the Champions League final if we get that. I don't care. We should make sure that all of our focus is on the Champions League. 1,000%. 1,000%. Hey, yo, I wouldn't mind Tottenham in the quarterfinal. I'd be real to you. Any team, any of the teams I just picked out, I will take any of them rather than us getting like a Man City or like a Real Madrid or a PSG. 1,000%. I would love that. I would love that. That would be excellent. I would love that. That would be beautiful if we could get that. On top of that, man will most likely try to go to them games as well. So yeah, man. We need to just see what happens. The Champions League, boy, that is the holy grail. And every time, the one thing I can say is that every time we've won it, we have been dead in the league. Majority of the time, we've been dead in the league. We finished fourth by scraping our teeth and still won the Champions League. We finished sixth prior under Drogba, with Drogba and all them boys there, and we won the Champions League. Anytime we've won the Champions League, we've done bad in the Premier League. And bad for us is meaning just getting fourth or below. We should always be a team that should be aiming for a minimum of third place, 1,000%. But whenever we win the Champions League, this is what happens. So this is my hope and what I pray for at this point in time. That's what I hope and pray for. But yeah, I know this is. You just have to hope and pray. Hope and pray. I think the game we had with Man City and Prem was good, but just needed a striker in that game. No, 1,000%. In my opinion, that was a great game. We showed why, like games like that is the reason why I could say, yep, we could definitely go far in the Champions League. Because I know about Lowski. Free him all day, every day. No, I know. Free him. Or free up Lowski still. It's unfortunate, man. It's unfortunate still. It's my guy, but it's what happens, man. A lot of guys just get caught up in the street life. So it is what it is, man. Man's gonna be doing that time, but eventually he will be out. Hopefully he can still carry on with his career, fam. But yeah, it's peak. It's peak. Man said 14 years. I'll be real to you. The street madness, if you're on the streets, it don't matter what age you are. Whether you're 15, 25, 35, 45. it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter still. So yeah, man. Oh my days. So yeah, who you listen to most? I'm not gonna lie, I listen to like Lil Durk, King Von. Um, I like my slow music as well, man. Like Chris Brown and that, my guy Chris. Um, I like Maria the Scientist. Big up the girl, them. I also like got to big up LMA, A Boogie. I like a lot of American artists. I'm not too big up on the UK thing. I'll be real. I'm not too big on that one. Low skin, now of course I listen to now and again, but they're not my go-tos. I'll be real. What about you though? Who do you listen to? I'm actually gain possession 0 times. Wow. I'm confused. It's the strictly UK. Okay, still. Obviously, I've listened to K Trap and M24, but the other two you mentioned, I don't really listen to that much. I'll be real to you. I haven't even really heard of them. I'm gonna be so honest. I'm just not on the UK thing like that. I'll be real to you, man. But yeah, K Trap, he's hard. M24, he's good as well. You know, Rimsey, I've heard of Rimsey, but I don't really listen to his music. Rimsey got a food shop outside the bridge. I'll be real, I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that. Should you say when I go to Stamford Bridge, I don't really go there and think about, yeah, what I'm gonna go eat after. The orange food place outside the bridge. I'll be real to you. Whenever I go to Stamford Bridge, there's thousands of people, and I'm just looking. I'm going just to look at the game. I'm going to look at the game. Like anything else, all those shops, I'm not really paying attention to. I'll be real to you. I only go to Chelsea. I'm just thinking about going to the match, seeing them team, and then just go home. That's just what I'm on. I don't think of like any of those shops in it or hang around in the area that much. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was playing my FIFA. I just get these. I just get these winter wildcard tokens, man. Oh, complete 10 grand boss. That's simple. You got PS5? No, I got PS4 still. Yeah, me. A lot of my friends have the PS5 as well, but I'm still on the PS4 thing still. One day I'll get a PS5 though. What's my gamer tag? Shad 600. That is the gamer tag, my guy. What do you play FIFA? Pass from goalkeeper to. What's so simple? Who's my all-time favorite Chelsea player? I'm gonna have to say Didier Drogba. Didier Drogba is my all-time favorite Chelsea player. Not only is he black, but he's a striker. I am a striker as well. You mad, Drogba? We wouldn't have won the Champions League in 2012 without Drogba. So for me, that is my guy. That is my favorite all-time Chelsea player. I don't even I had UFC 4. I got UFC 4, but I don't really play it that much. I just play FIFA 23. I don't really play other games other than FIFA still. I'm just on the Ultimate Team and that. What is Drogba your favorite player as well? I think Pulisic, unfortunate, he get injuries. No, Pulisic is therefore unfortunate he gets his injuries. It really stopped him shining, but shit happens, innit? And Lampard, that's a great choice. Can't go wrong with that choice. That's our highest ever goal scorer in the club's history, Mr. Frank Lampard, and the man who came and managed us and not only got us top four when no one thought that we would get top four, but he helped us. He helped us get through the Champions League group stage, which allowed Thomas Tuchel to take over in the knockout stages and eventually win us the Champions League. So I'll never forget what Lampard did for this club, especially with the fact that if it wasn't thanks to him, what's his name, Reece James, Mason Mount wouldn't have been playing either. So gotta love it, man. Would you take a Lampard? Would you take him back at Chelsea? I'm taking Thomas Tuchel. If I'm taking back any manager, I'm taking back Thomas Tuchel still. Lampard, he's showing it. He's showing that he won't be the guy that could take us to a Premier League title. We have to be honest. We have to be honest. Do I think he'll ever come back? I don't think so, even though I want that. It's just due to the fact that most of the board, they didn't necessarily sack him due to the fact that he was playing poorly. It was down to a personality clash, in my opinion. Thomas Tuchel would obviously with what's going on in the transfer window, a lot of meetings would be scheduled between him and Todd Bowley and that, but he would send his assistant in it. So that's the thing that made the clash. That made the clash in it. So if we're gonna be honest, Tuchel did, no, he definitely deserves a second chance, but will he get given that? I don't think so. Like I said, if I would have said this to anyone, if we ever sack Graham Potter, go and get Thomas Tuchel, because every Chelsea fan loves Thomas Tuchel. I would find it very hard to believe that there's Chelsea fans out there that don't love Thomas Tuchel for what he did for this club. So, and especially during dealing with the hard times that we had to go through with all the sanctions and that, he went through it. He went through it. And do you think Potter deal was done at the same at Cucurella? No, I remember Cucurella got signed well before the transfer window ended, and Potter was still at Brighton. So I don't think we got Cucurella with the intention that we might sign what's his name, Graham Potter. It was just due to the fact that Marcus Alonso had left. We sold Emerson Palmieri. We needed another left back. We needed another one, and we just got Cucurella in it. I don't think it was done at the same time. Everyone said that when they went in for Cucurella, they had a talk with Graham Potter to see how he would be. But nonetheless, if it was done at the same time, Thomas Tuchel would have been sacked before the transfer window had even ended. He wouldn't have even been given a transfer window if that was the case. Because Cucurella was here from about the last week of July, and that's before the season even starts. So for me, I don't think it was. They might have had a question about Potter and how he is, but It wasn't a thing where I think that it was done at the same time. It couldn't have been. It couldn't have been. I don't. Obviously, I'm not these guys. I'm not in the team. I don't necessarily know, but I don't think Tuchel would have known that because he was even shocked the next day because apparently he was like to the board and that no, give me more time when he got sacked. So if that was the case, he would have been feeling he wouldn't he I don't think he would have been reacting that way if I'm gonna be honest with you. So yeah man, these are all just hypotheticals. We will never know these things. We are not the players, we are not in the coaching staff, we're not in the boardroom. We don't know anything. We're just gonna be throwing out our theories. We're gonna be throwing out our theories, fam. It took everyone by surprise though when Tuchel got sacked. No one ever saw that coming. No one in the world. I don't even think Tuchel saw it coming. In my opinion, I don't even think he saw it coming. Aubameyang was board signing. How is Aubameyang a board signing? Thomas Tuchel wanted Aubameyang, bro. If Thomas Tuchel was not at Chelsea, he would not have signed Aubameyang, bro. In my opinion, that isn't a Thomas Tuchel signing. Aubameyang is a Thomas Tuchel signing, bro. There is no way that the board said, "Yep, Aubameyang, yep, we can just get him. Let's just go get him." Nah, man. Nah, bro. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I believe that 1,000%. That's what the board made us to think that. I don't believe that. Thomas Tuchel knows he needed a striker. He knows we need another striker. We sold Timo Werner. We had let go of Romelu Lukaku. We had to get a striker. Thomas Tuchel would have wanted Aubameyang based on what he did at Dortmund. It's 1,000%. Bon voyage, mes amis. Oh my days. That my fault. I think Koulibaly in for proper competition for his players. Even went for foreigners back. Cucurella has been poor, but he will do better for us. I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think Cucurella will. I hope because he's a Chelsea player, but I'm not gonna hold my breath. This man is a basically a water. This man is not even as good as Alonso. Because what does he offer us in the attack? He can't offer us nothing in defense. What does he offer us in attack? I want people to tell me. If he can't cross the ball, what is he doing? He ain't taking no shots, not scoring no goals. And if we can't have us tackles that score goals either, he ain't doing nothing. Man said Potter told him to stay back. Bro, if you saw in the Man City game, you saw him, he's trying to push up more. Potter is not a person that says, oh yeah, I want my players to just stay back. That's not how he plays. If you see at Brighton as well, if you saw it in the game against City on Monday, like that's the way Potter wants to play our football. He wants to play a high line. He wants our players to be on the offensive. He don't want us to be on the defensive. Cucurella, you just have to accept it. Cucurella is just not it, bro. Marcos Alonso is better than Cucurella. But he had profile players at Brighton, so he can do that. He had a profile player. Cucurella was their best left back at the time. But let's be real. Ben Chilwell is better. Ben Chilwell can do defensive and attack. He can't do that for Brighton. He didn't do that for Brighton. Don't make it seem like Brighton were keeping clean sheets. Please. Don't make it seem like that. Brighton have been doing so much better, and they in this season, and they haven't even had Cucurella, and they're playing better this whole season. This time last season, what was Brighton really doing? They weren't playing this well and being as high up in the table as they are right now. Ever since they've let go of Cucurella, they was doing better. Cucurella, I'm being real, he doesn't look like anything special, bro. He does not. Chua is levels higher than him. So I'm sick and tired of seeing this guy. I'll be real with you, I'm sick and tired. He's really pissing me off. I hope he plays better because then I can speak positively about him. But so far this whole season, especially ever since this Arsenal game, bro, he's a watered down Marcus Alonso. He's a watered down Marcus Alonso, fam. No one told me nothing. Try to put anything positive on this guy's name. He hasn't done enough. He has not done enough. Maybe he might change my mind, but as of right now, he ain't changing nothing, fam. And right now, he ain't changing niche. But yeah, man. It's mad story. It's very mad still. But I appreciate the questions though, those man. Appreciate it. Oh wait, I chose the wrong one. Probably go for like another hour on the stream, I'd be wrong. Have at least another hour. Huh. So if you was to pick our starting 11, who would it be? Who would be your starting 11? If every player's fit, who would be your starting 11? Anyone that wants to ask any questions, let me know. Yep, and right about now, unless he does the deal and by tomorrow, then you have to wait and see. But I don't think he will be playing. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think he will be. But who knows? I hope so. There you go. Hopefully, Joao can play because I'm getting sick and tired of seeing Havertz play anyway. On ranking, he's good. Play against Aston Villa as well. I liked him still. He played very well. Love to link up with Amari Hutchinson as well. So, he's decent. I just need to see more of him. I don't watch enough of the academy guys or the development team enough as I should. I don't watch them enough. Hopefully, but nonetheless, I'm still saying we should play like Trevor Chalobah right back. Ranking, I swear he's like a winger. Cause that's where he was playing against Aston Villa, I believe. I think he was playing as a winger, not a right back. his strengths. Obviously on the ball, I would say going past players, taking players on, creating chances. You saw that for Portugal in the World Cup. His weaknesses, though, is that he doesn't do well if we're playing very defensive. Hence why he wants to leave Atletico. Hence why he wants to leave Atletico due to the fact that they just play very defensive and that doesn't get the best out of him. You can muscle him off the ball. He's not that strong on the ball because you can see it already. That in his game he doesn't have he doesn't have enough strength, so he might not have the physicality needed for the Premier League. But there's not too much weaknesses for him. I'm gonna be real because he's a very good player and exceptional talent. He has very little weaknesses, but in the Premier League he can just be not tracking back enough and not defensively sound and being able to get barged off the ball easily. So um, that's what we need to do, bro. We have to be attacking. That's what I just said. We have to be attacking. Um, I didn't even remember that. I'll be real to you. I didn't even remember that. I'm not gonna remember how a man's gonna be watching our game. Bad guys will be watching our games every single game. That might not even be our players. So yeah, man. Um, he was at Wembley watching. I wouldn't have known because I was in Wembley watching. So I wouldn't have known that. If I was at home watching the game live on from the TV, I probably would have known that. But when I was at Wembley, I'm definitely not gonna know that. Yeah, man, he's not like one of those players either. He's not one of those players either. They're gonna be like, oh yeah, it's the FA, it's the Carabao Cup, Chelsea vs Liverpool, and look who's watching, Joao Felix. They're not gonna do that. Get me? So why you think Mendy's been terrible? A lot of players go through these kind of things where you just don't do that. You don't do that. Don't do the They just have these poor seasons, isn't it? Mendy, with the way we're trying to play, especially on the ground power, he wants to play with a goalkeeper that plays good with his feet. He's just not that reliable. Man, just to be honest, that's just not his strength. He tried to do a lot more than what he has done. Obviously, under Thomas Tuchel, we didn't have to do that. But yeah, it's just not been great for him. Abbey Road. The defense has not been the same as last year either. It all plays a part into it. When we lose guys like Ben Shaw, Reece James, and Golo Kante has been gone throughout practically the whole entire season. Yeah, man, it's not good. But Mendy, yeah, man, he saved us at some points, but he's been to blame sometimes as well. So it's just one of those seasons, I guess. But I still feel like he could definitely come good because other than this season, you can't say that in any of his previous 2 seasons he's been rubbish for Chelsea. He's considered the best goalkeeper in the world at one point. Something that Kepa, no one's ever said, yep, Kepa at this point in time has been the best goalkeeper in the world. No, 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 no. That was Edouard Mendy. Do I think Cover's pass has been poor? Cover only passes side to side. Cover doesn't create chances, which is why our midfield doesn't create chances. Like last season, he was doing a lot of great passing. He's getting a lot of assists last season, but this season, completely different. It's not the same. He doesn't like he will just dribble forward, but he doesn't pass forward that much. He'll go side to side. So for me, talking about his passing is just non-existent because he's not a person that creates chances that much. He doesn't. So there's no need to really talk about his passing because everyone should know that he's not a great passer. He doesn't find passes that will put us in dangerous positions guaranteed every single game at least once. That doesn't happen with him. He's a person that can make tackles, take on players, go past players, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Can't rely on him to score goals like that, even though he does score great goals. But other than that, you can't really just depend on him to do a lot of attacking work. And I think Mount would be more effective if he is in the 10 role. I think Mason Mount is a number 8. I don't think the number 10. I don't know. I don't know, man. Like he might be able to play there, but I don't feel like that's his best position. Best position is a number 8. Playing as on the left or the right hand side of a 3-man midfield. That for me is his best position. He can drift forward, of course. Can create chances, of course. He has good set pieces, good deliveries. But yeah, I feel like he's just a number 8. He as a number 10 just doesn't do enough. Last season he played as a number 10. He did very well, but it's not the numbers we need. It's not the numbers that a Lampard would have given us, a Hazard would have given us like that. Even though in all competitions he did do well and scored the most amount of goals or have goal contributions since Hazard, but yeah, man, he needs to play in the 4-3-3 in the midfield, not the number 10. I think Havertz suits the Bundesliga. Havertz on the ball been terrible. Havertz, he just doesn't do enough, doesn't show enough heart and passion for the team. He only has one good game every 8 to 10 games. Bundesliga is where he needs to be at. That's why I'm hoping that eventually Bayern Munich will come in for him and say, yep, we are going to go and that we are going to sign him. That's what I'm hoping for, that Bayern come in eventually, because they're the only team that's going to come the money that we might want to sell him for. 40 mil, 50 mil. That's what we're gonna need. That's what we're gonna need. So booyaka, booyaka. Hurry up, man. This game. There we go. Booyaka, booyaka. So, yep, he will. He will. He's already been our best attacker this season anyway, so and we don't even have a great team like that. So he will. I think the reason why Sterling hasn't been thriving constantly because of how we play in the midfield. The midfield holds up a lot in terms of like we don't have creativity in the midfield. Our attackers are gonna have to come deep and try and create stuff by themselves. And yeah, it just doesn't work. He had man like Bernardo Silva, Kevin De Bruyne, Phil Foden, Mahrez that can find him chances at City. He ain't got none of these players. How many players in this team are on those levels? No one in our attack is on those levels. No one. So I think Fulham will come up against us. I don't know. I am not 100% sure. I'm gonna wait and see to hear about their wait to hear about their press conference and see who's in or not. But Fulham, to my knowledge, they have that Aronson guy who's most likely gonna start. Mitrovic is suspended, so he ain't gonna be playing against us. That's a big blow for them. But Aronson, yeah. Other than that, I don't really know too many Fulham guys. I think Ziyech wants to leave us. I think Pulisic wants to leave us. I think Aubameyang wants to leave us. I think those are the only 3 people I would say that would actually just want to leave us, if I'm honest. You think it's like I know that. That was reported time ago. Said that he didn't want 300k, but apparently he wants like 200k. Nonetheless, though, we need to wait till the summer to think about all these deals because Mason Mount, he's never going to leave us. Let's be real, he's not going to leave us. So, have to see, but he needs to start putting on these performances this season because if he was going off last season, you'd have given him the deal of about 200k a week because he was literally our best player and he has been our best player the last couple of seasons. But um, he needs to step up his game if he wants to get this new contract because Reece James, he signed a contract where he's earning like 200 to 250k a week or something. He deserves every single penny. Deserves every single penny of that. Mason Mount, though, needs to start doing more. We have to wait and see, fam. Because if we're gonna be honest, one thing you can say about owners, not a lot of them really care. Not a lot of them really care about what the fans want a lot of the time. Like look at someone like a Roman Abramovich. He sold Carlo Ancelotti the season after he won the Premier League and the FA Cup, and we finished second in the league. A lot of people want him to stay, but he ended up sacking him. Obviously, that's the hiring and firing policy that he was used to. But yeah, I don't think these men are gonna fold. I really don't think they're gonna fold. They've seen too many examples of other teams. They've seen too many examples of other teams, whether that's Arsenal, Man City, and Liverpool, all giving their managers time to build. And look at what they've got. All like Arsenal right now going on the advance or looking like they're gonna have a lot of success in the coming years. Every other team that's in the top four right now, they're doing that. So I believe that Todd won't sack him. I don't think so. Robert Abramovich had the war mentality being Chelsea owner. He did. And I'm not gonna sit here and say that I'm not gonna sit here and say that I didn't like it because at the end of the day, it brought us trophies. Brought us the trophies that we wanted. We won every single trophy there was to win under Roman Abramovich. Every single trophy. But now, since we've won these things, man's looking at different things. Man wants now to be a team that can retain Premier Leagues, win the Premier League even 3 years in a row. We need to dominate the Premier League. We've never, other than Mourinho's time in his first spell at Chelsea, we've never dominated the Premier League ever since. We haven't. And that's down to the hiring and sacking stuff. Other than that, we need to put trust in a manager that can eventually make us win every single trophy. Just that one manager. Because all these managers, all the time we've won these trophies, it's always been with different managers and managers that we might not have expected. Di Matteo won the Champions League. We never expected that. Never. Who you think will link up well with Joao Felix? I don't know, man. The team moves funny sometimes. They'll be playing well, and then one game they'll be turning up. So I think the players will benefit. Sterling will benefit. Datro Fofana will benefit because those two can interchange. Datro Fofana likes to play on the left or the right, play up top. Reece James will benefit, but Joao Felix ain't the man I believe is going to be scoring the goals. Going to be scoring by goals. He will be a creator more than a goal scorer. So he's only really going to be benefiting the guys, in my opinion, that are going to be scoring the goals. He ain't going to be coming and scoring bare goals for us. I don't have the expectation that he's going to come in and he'll be banging the goals. I don't have that expectation. I don't. Raheem Sterling will be playing down the right-hand side with Reece James. So, and Mount, I don't think he'll have a great deal of impact on Mason Mount, in my opinion. I don't think so. I don't. Reece James, he won't have a great impact on Reece James because they'll be playing on the separate sides. Felix will play on the left-hand side, and I don't think he'd be scoring bare goals, and I don't know if Reece James will be assisting him for a lot of goals. So for me, I don't necessarily see him having a big impact on those two as the same way that you would, in my opinion. Hold on, I need to get some tissue. Let's see. Oh my days. Sorry. Oh my days. So yeah, sorry about that. I've got a cold, innit? It's peak out here. This weather's a joke. Oh my days. But yeah, I don't necessarily see Mount having a big impact. I don't see it. I'm due to go get some food, bro. You on PS4? Well, just whenever you see me online, if you want to invite me to a game on Ultimate Team, just let me know. Just message me on online, innit? But yeah, exactly, bro. But yeah, nonetheless though, I always appreciate you giving man all these questions. Appreciate that, my guy. Means a lot as always. And yeah, just hit me up on PlayStation if you want to play me or something. Oh my days. Oh, appreciate that, man. Bro, this weather, I don't like England in this time of the year, man. The only reason why I would ever like winter periods is because my birthday's in the winter. That's it. And bare different shows come out in the winter as well, so sorry about this. Oh my days. But yeah, oh, hold on. My bro deals, appreciate my guy. Have a nice evening and love. Get one of this. Simples. Let's see if anyone has asked any questions in the Q&A. So I appreciate that, Stilly. So yeah, anybody else that has any questions, let me know. Those has asked me some questions. Angelo has, Drew has, and Keith has. So love for that, my guys. Man will be here. And also don't forget people, tomorrow gonna do the match review live stream again for the Fulham versus Chelsea match on Thursday. So make sure to look out for that live stream tomorrow. Say nothing, bro. But yeah, remember, people, make sure tomorrow at probably about either 6 or 8 o'clock, one of the two times. Oh, damn. There we go. Cool. Easy. Use these settings. No, man, just free. I need 3 more tokens to get this swaps token. Come on. Maybe I should open a pack. I might just open a cheeky pack. I got a lot of packs saved for Team of the Year. Said low pass. Complete final passes, don't lose possession. Okay. Ah, yeah. I appreciate everyone in the live stream though. Appreciate everyone that's ever asked a question or if you even viewed the channel. Appreciate anyone that's even subscribed to the channel. I don't know if we've had any new subscriptions, but we have 220 subscribers at this point in time. The road to 300. Can we get 300 by the end of the month? Can we get that? That is the aim. Let's see what happens. I'll be a lot more active this year on YouTube as well. A lot more active. To do Q&As, to do watch alongs, to do match reviews, to do player ratings as well. No pause. Boom. That one. Yep. Two. Yep. 3, 4. 4. Thank you. 5. Two more. That's what I need. I need 2 more. Anyone that feel free to ask any questions, drop them in the Q&A. Drop them in the Q&A, my guys. Let me see if anyone's asked any new questions in the Q&A. Questions. Nope, only 2 questions so far on that front. Saying nothing. Well, man's here anyway. To anyone that wants to ask any questions, I am here. Let me know. Six concurrent views. Love for that, my people. So Q&A. Ask me anything, or remember to subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Snapchat, and Facebook for more Chelsea content. Don't forget that. Don't forget that. Joao Felix is going to be a Chelsea player as well soon enough, so can't wait for him to sign. Hopefully, he can give us the spark that we need. Any questions that you guys have for me, let me know. Let me know. Set it out underneath the numbers properly. Score of a chip shot. Mm-hmm. 4 concurrent views. Appreciate that, my people. Love for that. Easy settings. Easy. Easy. Like my little brother Jalil would say. Easy. Easy. That's what he loves to say. Easy. But yeah, man. Appreciate everyone that's on the watch along. The live stream. Love for that. First ever Q&A. Any questions you guys have for me, let me know. Go for anything anyone was saying in the past. I've had a lot of chat in this place today. What do you mean? Oh, complete across and scoreboard. Say nothing. Appreciate the views and the likes, my people. Them appreciate it. It will always mean a lot. I love giving you guys Chelsea content, and also I also like getting to know you guys even more. It's going to be a big year in 2023 for Chelsea, as well as cfcrealistblue as well. There you go. Alright, excellent. That's the last token I need. But the last moments, that was actually quick. But that's why it's called moments. Star Gallery. I'm gonna go play my silver stars. I might as well get Lily King on loan, so that man. Into wildcard swap token. You guys ask me any other questions, man. Okay, man. So Drew asked me another question. Will Chelsea be better under Brody than Abramovich? I can't even give you that answer, man. I can't even give you that answer. I would hope, because that would just mean Chelsea will be even better. But I can't honestly say that, yep, definitely that we will be. I can't even say that still. Can't say that at all. Oh, they released new SBCs today. Raul Garcia from Athletic Bilbao. They released any other new SBCs on the 80 plus upgrade. I need to do that still. Oh, raw. Oh no, that's tokens. My fault. That's tokens. I would hope, actually, no, but back to the question. I hope that we will be better under Bowley than Abramovich, because that just means even more success and more things that can make man glow. So that's what I'll be looking forward to. But it's gonna be, you have to I have to give you a proper answer in the next couple of years still. Go do this market matchup. This market matchup should not put on the I didn't even put it there. I just stream like another 20 minutes. 20 minutes. Then I'll be off my people to go eat some dinner and that. Oh, oh my dude. FC20 in the Dutch leg. Where's the Dutch league? Netherlands Eredivisie. Let's go. Can I have any of these guys from this FC20 or whatever the other team name is? No, I don't. FC20 or FC Emmen. I need just one of those players. Alright, cool. Appreciate the reviews and that, my people. That means a lot to me. Love for that. All of these cars gonna be going for damn 10k. They can may kiss my ass. I am not paying 10k for these guys. I definitely could get a bid lower than that. 1000%. Gotta go off this connection though. It's moving dumb. This connection's moving dumb. What is going on? Oh, oh, man. EA Sports. It's in the game. Man say United. United's pool power. Let me play some music. What is Evans? Appreciate the concurrent views, my people. Them 4 concurrent views. Love for that. Leave any questions in the comments. Where's Evans? There we go. Look, I'll show you, don't show these others. Love you like I love my brothers, honey. This is my broski average, man. Until I get in trouble, we fight, kiss and cuddle, slide and breathe. Really trying to tell me, mother. Truly, I don't want no other. Truly, I don't want no other. You want to show these others. Love you like I love my brothers. How many times did I get in trouble? We fight, kiss and cuddle, slide and breathe. Really trying to tell me, mother. Truly, I don't want no other. Surely, I don't want no other. Coming like a lumberjack with a rock down shoes and double up. You know that I'm flying off, leaving your rolling without the bus, still in the rolling with the bus. I never taught how to double dutch. When I strangle the mashes, double clutch, real 6 9 have you ever seen? Like those girls will let it ring. Yeah, live stream, are you okay? What are you looking for? Pardon? What do you mean the marble game? Is that the game? You looking for them? Red rum, which I paid and run. Red rum, which I paid and run. Last son, that's me, of course. Give me a box, I can wrap that for you. Last son, that's me, of course. Show me the brick, I might rub that from you. Even though it goes out in the sticks, don't know what's loud with stick. Bro saw him on site, guarantee he got more than fist. And I'm smoking G41, and it costs like 10 or a split. I'm selling it 10 or a split, you get a free 5 for 60 quid. Jack Boy, like who done this, man, break down love, come try this piff. Man, fly out a pack and repeat, so do roll with ski. I don't care if you fast like actually fatty, cause this one area like thump, Bible, all these countries. I don't know some new or trade. I'm all never in a slave. Keep it real. I'll show you, I don't show these others. Love you like I love my brothers. How many times did I get in trouble? You fight, kiss and cuddle, slide and breathe. Really trying to tell you, mother. Surely I don't want no other. Surely I don't want no other. Show you like I love my others. Love you like I love my brothers. How many times did I get in trouble? We fight, kiss and cuddle, slide and breathe. Really trying to tell you, mother. Surely I don't want no other. Surely I don't want no other. Shad, that is crazy. Jalil, clear up your rubbish, stop throwing things around. Yeah, that is crazy. The new face on the block, you know how it feels. Weed I feel like any occasion. broski. Greeting. I said, what's your name? She said, what's your name? She speaks French, with no games. The R.A. Yeah. Hold it back. She ain't fucking with them names cause she knows they cap. And I catch some pussy anytime she throw it back. Always make it back anytime I post that. Yeah, real dope way I step out in a white tee. She love my game, say I'm smooth like a Mikey. Face to face, I didn't get her off the IG. This wedding cake got my eyes looking Chinese. And as soon as cold done, then I'm flying out. What? Bro, just with her phones now straying out. I love big black things. White or brown. When I told her from South, she like the South. She heard niggas roll around and just let it off. For no reason at all, they just let it off. But of course, there's a reason they see her up. But can't you reason her up? They gon' be her up. Same way, a fuck, they gon' be her fuck. So you can take a man tonight before you take mine. First time I see a law at the heaven gates. Looking dead up in his face, say it was his time. So no way would I right that wrong. I sit back and just write my songs. Even though I can't be here forever. Ambition, my name will live on. My name, yeah, I feel live long. Glad to be here, sing this song. Such a shit, yeah, but life can't down. Real youth wanna get about the wisest one. Government can't trick me, politics can't switch me. If me I could be, me have to take care of the picnic. Take care of the city, Brittany and Tiffany. She had the accent, now she wanna take a trip with me. She was a replica state of me. Come travel a state with me. Need a way out to wait for me. Lord knows I've been praying for peace. Big bro still moving at ease. Watch me to bust with these. Don't mean you can run up on me. You don't want me to bust it on knees. How many times did they run up from me? That for like any occasion. Feel like a spacey broski. I said, what's your name? She said, what's your name? She live in London, but she speak French. Active for the vibe, she ain't here for no games. She love a street nigga, wanna check the R.A. Eat up for like any occasion. My name around hanging like a spacey broski. Greeting. I said, what's your name? She said, what's your name? Yeah, man, we got another 10 more minutes. Then I'll just come off from you guys. We don't get bad, they should slide, it might cost your life. They say smoking kills, I guess I go die. My coffee, bro. Trying to eat that, mate. Jeez, man. What are these guys getting brought up like? So, my people, I would just like to say to everyone, thank you for all the messages, thank you for all the questions. I'm gonna start doing these even more, and I appreciate everything. I'll be back tomorrow for another live stream to go through the match preview for the Chelsea versus Fulham match in the Premier League on Thursday. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Snapchat, and Facebook for more Chelsea content. I'm cfcrealistblue, and I'm out. Peace.